Well, I already started this video, but I'm pretty sure the whole thing was out of focus and I'm running out of light. So we're gonna start this over. So today we are breaking down my September elk hunting backcountry hunt, backpack, whatever you want to call it. This is the breakdown of the gear that is in my pack. So first off, we're going to start with the actual pack that I am using, and that is the Born and Raised edition of the Exo Mountain Gear pack. Now this is the 4800, and I have no concern with being able to pack for 10 days in Montana elk September elk hunting. I could probably squeeze in a total, I could squeeze in a lot of days, honestly. I could be out there for quite a while. This pack will perform, and I just know it will. I've been messing around with it, and I can fit so much stuff in this pack, and it cinches down real nicely. So this pack is probably the largest I'll ever go with. I can pack down and smush down really nicely with all this gear that I got. Let's first start with the shelter. So my shelter is a very nice shelter for the money, I believe. I think that this is probably the best one that you can get for this price range, and that is the Nemo Hornet Elite. And it comes with this very light rain fly, the mesh and the bottom to it with the doors and all that, and then it comes with the stakes and poles. It does not come with a footprint, however. The footprint I made out of Tyvek. Now it's a very cheap option, it's very durable, and you can use it for like boning, you can use it for a bunch of different things. I've been reading up on it, and this stuff is just very compressible, and it's actually lighter than the manufactured footprint for this tent. So I went ahead and went with Tyvek. Next up we have my sleeping pad. Now this sleeping pad is something that I might upgrade in the future. This is a Climate Static V sleeping pad. Now the company says that this is a 4.4 R value, but if you go off of the guidelines that all the companies are supposed to use, this is actually a 1.8 R value sleeping pad, and that's the only reason why I would even think about switching this out with another sleeping pad, only because I would like to have that 4-season capability that you can get with an actual 4.2, 4.4 R value sleeping pad. The only pro to this is that for the money, it is probably one of the best ones you can buy, just for how cheap it is, for at least a 2-season sleeping pad. So I like it. I've stayed warming it down to 20, but I would rather put my trust in something a little bit nicer and a little bit more insulated. I don't know about any of y'all, but I cannot sleep on those inflatable pillows. It is like extremely hard for me to sleep on them. So I splurged on weight a little bit and got a 9-ounce travel pillow from Walmart. It really compresses down, but it's really not even about that. I was gonna bring a full-size pillow, but I saw this and it was perfect. I gotta have a good pillow, and that's exactly what this thing is. Pretty nice, and it's super comfortable. So I got this. I splurged on the weight a little bit. Instead of having the 3-ounce inflatable one, this one's just way more comfortable, and having a good night's sleep is going to be something real important to me when I'm exerting myself all day on those mountains. Next up, we got kind of a little bit of an oddball. I was a big sleeping bag guy up until a little while ago when my buddy Luke, you've seen him on the channel before, convinced me to get a quilt. So I switched over to a hang tight quilt. Now this is a 0 degree, it's called a Hot Shot 0 degree, and I actually really love this quilt. It is 25 ounces for a 0 degree. It is super light, comes with a button on the back and the actual loops that you can put your sleeping pad through. I live on an airport, guys, so bear with me. I have someone flying behind me, But we're going to keep going with this video. They are kind of out of range right now, so I'm hoping that you guys don't hear them too much. But like I was saying before, this quilt is awesome. If you want to buy this quilt, which I actually recommend, this thing is amazing, and my buddy has a 20-degree quilt, go to Etsy and go to the Hang Tight shop and pick yourself up one of these. This was $200 for this super nice quilt, and if you were going to pay on some big company, you'd be looking at like a $550 quilt. So I'm really happy with this quilt, and we're gonna get some use out of it in Montana this year. The last few things are all these small items, just the knickknacks that you're gonna pick up to get yourself through this trip. So I will quickly show you what I have for like my kill kit and meal kit and water kit and all that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna quickly go through some of these items. All right, so I hope you guys can still kind of see me. I know it's getting a little dark outside, and I didn't mean to push it this late in the day, but got busy like normal. So we're gonna go ahead and finish out this video, and hopefully the noise from this parachute gliding contraption this guy's got going on doesn't leak into the audio too bad. So like I was saying, I have the Born and Raised game bags. I haven't got to use them and test durability, but the design is phenomenal, and for when I am doing deer quarters and anything I might be quartering up, the zipper design on here is awesome for just being like a solo hunter most of the time. So I really like these game bags. They're a little bit heavier than other game bags on the market, but I believe that these things will last up, and I just really like supporting the Born and Raised guys. They have a great channel, and I love watching them. So this is just kind of out of support, but I think these game bags are going to be some of the best ones on the market. Naturally, I'm going to have my iPhone 13 is what I got here. I have a headlamp, an Ozark Trail headlamp. This will probably get switched out for like a diamond, a black diamond or a Petzl, just because this thing's kind of, you know, junky, but we'll work on that in the future. I have 50 foot of paracord, 550 paracord, pretty cheap. You get it at Walmart just to hang things like your meat bags, food bags, all that sort of stuff. For my satellite communicator, I have a Zoleo satellite communicator. I think that this one will provide every need that I need in the backcountry. I've already tested it out, and I really like kind of the simplicity and the ease of use with this thing. Plus, it was a lot cheaper than the Garmin InReach. So, got the Zoleo for my satellite communication. Next up, I have an extra pair of socks. I'll always have an extra pair of socks. However, these are just cotton Dickie socks that you can get at Walmart. I'm going to have merino wool socks, just because merino wool is what you want to be wearing out there, just to prevent chafing and, you know, better moisture wicking and all that sort of stuff in the backcountry. Plus, they're a little bit more durable. So I won't be running these, but I will have an extra pair of socks. I will have whistle. I have an Allen key for my sight. For my knife, I have an Outdoor Edge EDC knife, razor light, and I like that just because it's got the changeable blades. I'll probably take an extra blade too, and that'll cover up all the butchering I need to do. Here I have just a cheap little multi-tool, and I got my water bag. And this basically just encompasses everything I will be using to filter my water. And to basically simplify it down, I got the quick disconnect on my platypus that is inside of my pack. It's platypus Big Evo Zip or whatever that's called. And I have the Sawyer with just normal size Sawyer squeeze with the quick disconnect on it right now. And I have two Ceenoc bags for dirty water, and that is basically what my whole system consists of, plus the platypus, and I should have no problem filtering out water. And if one bag breaks, I have another bag. So that is basically my water filtering system. Next up, I'll have a beanie. The beanie is just to keep my head warm while I'm in this quilt at night, and just for, you know, staying warm. This right here is an Axe can with cotton balls filled up in it, and antibiotic ointment cream. Now, not cream, but antibiotic ointment gel, which is mostly Vaseline, which is mostly petroleum jelly. So it's basically a film canister with Vaseline, but it also has like healing properties. So I can take out my tape and put a cotton ball on a wound and tape it up if need be, but I can also use it as a fire starter. Now in here I have two Bic lighters, mini Bic lighters with it, so this is going to primarily serve as my fire starter, but it also can serve as something else for me. Here's my first aid kit. This is a CAT Gen 7, I believe, tourniquet. I believe that's what this one is. And these are just really good tourniquets, and that's why I got that, just in case anything crazy goes on out there. I do have a tourniquet to apply to someone. Inside of my actual first aid little kit that I put together is 2 rolls of 3-inch gauze, a roll of cushion tape, or Leukotape as some people call it, and a few different assortment of pills. I'll probably add Pepto-Bismol in there just in case I have any digestion problems, but as of right now I have Tylenol PM and Advil or ibuprofen, just to deal with anything that may happen on the mountain due to soreness or headaches, altitude, and all that jazz. And then of course I have all the gauze and Leukotape and this for any bigger injuries that might occur on the mountain. Toilet paper. I never leave the house without like 3 rolls in my truck, and for this whole trip I am just packing 1 roll of toilet paper. I could probably cut down on it, but I don't really care. I am packing 1 whole roll, and that's basically it for the toilet paper. I have a Anker 20,000 mAh battery. This will last me quite a while, especially when I have my phone on airplane mode and I'm just looking at my mapping software. So this is going to be used to recharge anything that might be needed, camera batteries and phone batteries and all that stuff. So I will have camera batteries inside my pack, but I'm not adding that in right now because some of you people will not be filming your hunt, so you might not want to see all of the batteries and stuff that I can have inside my pack. And then last but not least, here is my Jetboil flash. This is a bigger one that's on the market, and I'm pretty aware of that, but I just like the capacity that it holds and just how much it can boil and all that sort of stuff. It's very fuel efficient compared to my buddy's like Pocket Rocket. I have a Sea to Summit titanium spoon. This is a very nice spoon to get deep into your mountain houses and mix it without getting it all over your hands. And then of course I will just be running a 250 canister under it, but I didn't add the canister in right now because this is basically my base weight without food, water, and fuel. So this is basically what I'm taking out into the backcountry as a base weight. So everything that you see right here is all that I'm taking for my 8-day hunt. Now, I should also note that if this hunt was 4 days, this is also what I'd be taking. I'd be taking less food and less fuel in my canister, but I would be taking all the same equipment that you see here. So this is my base weight, which comes in at 17.5 pounds. So I am really light. I've really compacted this. I don't have any, knickknacks and pleasures inside here, and I've just really condensed it down. So this is my whole system, and this is what I'll be taking on my Montana elk hunt. Alright guys, before I go, I almost forgot. These are my trekking poles I'm taking on the trip as well. These are the Mountain Smith andesite, I guess that's how you say it, andesite trekking poles. This pair weighs 11 ounces. It is very light, and it's a very nice set of trekking poles. So I went ahead and got those just to add to the whole lightweight thing. With those, this whole thing still remains at 17.5 pounds. So it is a very light compressed system. I don't have food, I don't have water in it, but I can expect to be right around the 28-pound range when it comes to me carrying all my food into the backcountry. And I'm pretty happy with the overall weight and the overall quality of this gear that you see here. So without further ado, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you'd like to see, ask for reviews on some of this gear, and I'd be happy to do that. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.